Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today we're doing my nails, as you can see by the very grown out polka dot nails. I loved these nails. I know I didn't film these for YouTube. They're on, maybe I showed you actually in a vlog. I showed you the video I edited for Instagram. Yeah, I loved these nails just with the more white, not chrome, that's not a chrome, syrup, and then the black dots. They were so satisfying and I've actually had quite a few clients ask for them ever since. And I love that. So we're removing them. I'm taking my nails fully off. You know I usually leave a bit of a layer. When I'm doing this, I'm wrapping in tinfoil and then I'm gonna put a glove on. Now this is great because wearing gloves, it traps all the moisture in. So the acetone is like fully breaking down the nails as well as your heat from your hands. And then also when I have the glove on, it means I can more easily do stuff with my hand. So I can start filing off my other hand without having to fumble with all the foils because they're all contained within the glove. So I definitely recommend doing that if you do your own nails and you're doing a full removal, full soak off. It makes life a lot easier. And then you just kind of see I picked away at the one, what's it called? Fingertip at a time. And so that way I'm not pulling off all of the foils and exposing all of them to air because I want to kind of get off the gel right as they're exposed from not being in the acetone. I'm tired, guys. I just finished up actually at the ESI show in Toronto. It's a beauty show. I was there with Sweetie Nail Supply. I was doing live demos and working at the booth all day, which was so fun. So hello again to all of those who came out and said hi to me. It was so nice meeting you in real life. So I'm just, I was falling asleep on the streetcar. I'm a little bit tired, but I am, at the time of filming this voiceover, going to Ireland tomorrow night. So I needed to get this voiceover done so I could get this video up for you guys so I could upload it while I was away. So at the time of this being uploaded, I am actually in Ireland. How exciting. So we are doing the usual prep. Push back the cuticles, use my little bit to get under the cuticle area there. And now I'm going through and I'm snipping off any dead tissue, get things nice and clean. We are going to be doing extensions today, which is really fun. And I believe we're opting for the bandy square tips. Sorry, that took me a sec, but the bandy square tips, which I always love. And I actually really love the set that we're doing today. I've already removed it. Because of said trip to Ireland, I wanted to have short nails so they weren't interfering with my travels, but I already missed them. They're so cute. Just using my sanding band here and I'm going around and I am just lightly etching up my natural nail. I'm happy to report the damage that I did to my nails last year, pre my wedding, is fully grown out. I mean, obviously. I mean, it takes about like 6 months, I think, on average for your nails to fully grow out. So we're in the clear. So I feel confident with my nails these days, which is nice. But yes, we're using the Bandy Gel Fit tips. These are, they say they're square, but they are definitely more coffin-y. I am going to be cutting them down a bit so then they will get a bit more square because I removed some of that taper. But with these tips, you are applying them away from your cuticle. So you want to apply a few millimeters away. So keep that in mind while you're sizing out your tips. These tips are great if you want to do an overlay over top or if you'd like to load them up with 3D. They won't get too bulky because they are quite flat. So I'm just gonna go in and just check the sidewall to sidewall, see if I can customize anything a little bit beforehand, make it a little bit smaller so it fits my nails a little bit better. But yes, these tips are they're super flat, so there's no structure in them. They're quite thin. So you do want to keep that in mind when you're using them because you don't want to just leave, like I wouldn't want to just put a base coat over top of these after and then a red shade and then a top coat and that be it. That's not enough structure. So you want to make sure that when you're using them, you are using something else that's going to give them a bit more strength and structure. I'm going in with the Diami Feel So Good base gel here. This is my favorite gel for applying tips. So just applying this to my thumb, leaving it wet, and then applying some to the inside of the tip, and then squishing it on my nail, and then flash curing. So by having the wet layer underneath, it kind of allows the tip to sink into the wet layer and creates more of a seamless situation there. This is, I would say it's definitely a more unique technique to kind of these, the style tips, the more thin style tips, having the wet layer first. And I know I believe it's Diami. They do this style of application as well. And I do really like it. I also really like it if one of my clients has broken a nail and I'm going to be doing an overlay on, because they have booked a builder service all of the time, do this style of manicure or replacement tip as well, because then you can overlay over it quite easily. And I'm just snipping off some of the length with my little tip cutters. And then evening things out. Getting my shape all perfected, and we're going for a little bit of a square. I remember when I did these, I was like, oh, I wish I left them a bit longer, but then, I mean, I feel like nails grow so fast. By the time I was taking these off, I was like, oh no, that was a good length. Any longer, I would have been over it. But they were a very comfortable length. So I usually at this point would switch to my e-file and smooth out the back edge of my kind of like cuticle area, but of the tip. But I opted to go with a hand file. I don't know why. Just for funsies, I think. It's pretty easy to smooth out. It's not like a huge ridge, especially because we applied that wet gel underneath first. But just doing that. And then I'm using a bit of acetone here on the underside of the nail. The underside of the nail is already, I mean the entire nail is already buffed, but I'm using it on the underside. That'll help get rid of any dust while making the underside a little bit tacky. And then I'm applying a top coat. This is the doughy top coat. And I like the brush, I like how thin it is. I'm laughing because I learned today, I think in a past video I said doughy was named after the creator's dog. It's her daughter. It's named after her daughter, not her dog. And I was telling one of the girls that works at Sweetie that she was like, oh yeah, it's named after her daughter. I was like, it is? I was like, I swear it was her dog. And she's like, no, it's her daughter. And I was like, okay, well, I told people on YouTube that it was named after her dog. So it's not, it's her daughter. Please forgive me. I hope none of you have taken that information I shared and run forward with it. I'm just using the same Feel So Good base, and I'm just kind of pushing that product, focusing it back towards the cuticle area to kind of fill in that gap that we had there between the tip and the natural nail area. But I'm not doing too much. Like, I'm definitely leaving a little bit of a thicker layer, but I'm not doing too much. And once that's all cured, I'm going in with my paint. Immediately, the funniest thing was, I applied this first thumb, cured in the light, and then realized I applied the wrong color to this thumb. And then I was debating removing it, and I was like, you know what, I just can't remove it. Just couldn't be bothered. So I left it, and I actually was really happy with what I chose to do instead of removing it. So it all worked out. It is funny though, watching myself use these very solid gels. I'm so used to syrups these days that like this almost feels wrong. Like at one point at the beginning of the set when I was applying these solid gels, I was like, have I made a mistake? Should I be doing something else? But I'm so happy with how the set turned out. So I'm glad I opted to continue on rather than changing direction, because they turned out so cute. And I mean, I think we're all just in a bit of a syrup mindset at the moment, but solid gels do have their place for sure. And that pink is so pretty. These bright colors I'm using are from Blanc de Bleu. I have the Attentive and the Grassland collection, and I usually gravitate to those. Okay, so we're doing some airbrushing, but also I'm airbrushing my charms. This has been something I've been doing a lot lately. I know I talk about using inks on charms, but airbrushing charms as well is very, very great. So I'm starting by using this light yellow color. I'm starting with this one because it is opaque. I use this on both my charms and on my nails. And now I'm going in with a slightly brighter yellow. This one is sheer, so that's why I wanted that base underneath, so I would have that opacity. And then I just went over my charms also. Now we're doing some stencil work. I'm gonna do this spiral and some stars. I'm gonna airbrush that in sky blue. With the spiral stencils, they're a little bit of a pain in the butt. You'll see as I pull it off, it kind of like unravels, so you'll understand that they're a little bit finicky, but they're so cute once you get them on and situated. Yee, so cute. And peel back my stars. I love having a stencil saver book beside me. Right there I have the Slower Hands stencil saver book and it's amazing. And then just using a red to airbrush some stripes along the nails. When you're airbrushing stripes, they're not going to be perfectly even, and I think the best thing to do is to embrace that, to understand that that's what it is. Now I'm going over my airbrushing with the Nail Thoughts Clear Builder Base. This is just a thin layer to cap in the airbrushing so we don't mess any of it up, scratch any of it off, you know, things that you can do to damage airbrush paint. Just going over all my airbrushing. I love this like fade, the baby blue and the yellow. I think they look so pretty. And now we're doing some polka dots because I can't be stopped. I love polka dots right now. They're so cute. I know I keep talking about them, but you know, they're just so cute. I literally have polka dots on my nails also right now as I'm speaking. I went from this polka dot set to another polka dot set. And also just look at how fun this is. Like the color combos, the aura with the dots, like it's so good. I love it. Really brings me a lot of joy. Now we're doing some striping. If you have a long brush, I, at the time of filming this, did not have a long brush. The longer the brush, the easier it'll be to paint straight line stripes because the long brush will absorb a lot of the shakiness and it'll just make your life a little bit easier. But you know, we work with what we've got. I'm using my trusted Sissy 10mm liner brush. You guys have started noticing that I only use the one brush. It's very funny. I'm like, oh, I didn't notice that was like such a thing. But yeah, this is it. This is all I really use for art. Although I did just get a bunch of new brushes in, so I'm gonna start using those. And then going in with some gel and applying my little custom stars. You do have to be careful with these guys. Like I don't really go at them with tweezers because they are like airbrushed and they're not, you could totally seal them in, but these ones are not sealed in. I'm gonna seal them in once they're on my nail with my Ivy Feel So Good gel. And applying those to all the charms. In hindsight, I would have gone in with a thicker layer on the stars, just because I ended up nicking them with the file a couple times and chipping them away. So a thicker layer would have helped to prevent some of that damage. But I mean, I'm like when I was doing my client's nails, like over the weeks down the line. This is the Gin Bee Crazy Top Soft. You can see how thin it is as I'm applying it to the nails. It's really quite nice. I'm really enjoying it. It's very runny, like almost too runny to be in a jar kind of runny, but it is, it's really pretty, it's really shiny. I just uploaded a comparison video on Substack. It's for my paid subscribers. It's a comparison between Crazy Top Soft, Thick, Zombie Top, and Zombie King. So if you're interested to see all those four compete against one another, go check out my Substack. I'll have that linked in the description bar. And here we have it. Here is the finished set. Let me know what you guys think down below. I love these nails so, so much. And I will catch you in the next video.